Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into the Connaught One over in Cheras. We've gone through the articles, the research, our notes. Basically, we're here to pull out the key stuff you need to know about this, well, pretty major new development.
Yeah, our goal here is really to cut through all the marketing noise. We want to highlight what actually matters if you're thinking about investing or maybe even living there, and sort of understand where it fits in the whole Cheras picture.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The Connaught One, what are we looking at? It's high density, it's freehold, and it's a TOD, transit-oriented development. UEM Sunrise is behind it.
Right, and we're talking 1,334 service departments, packed into two quite tall towers, 53 stories. Location: Taman Connaught, Cheras.
And the core value proposition, the big sell.
Yeah.
It's that direct link, right, to the Taman Connaught MRT. But, I mean, Cheras traffic is legendary, isn't it? So how much does that one bridge really change the game for someone commuting every day?
That's a really good question, because this link bridge, it's not just a nice to have. I'd argue it's pretty essential there. It genuinely changes the commute. Suddenly you've got smooth access, like 6 stops to TRX. That's huge.
Okay.
And, it didn't go unnoticed. It picked up awards in 2023, Property Guru Asia Property Awards, Best Connectivity High Rise, that sort of thing.
Right. Now, digging a bit deeper, this is interesting. It's the first project in UEM Sunrise's, what they call their Rise series. Focuses on attainable homes. What does that actually mean in terms of design?
Well, they've brought in these signature adaptive homes. The idea is non-structural walls you can hack. So, customize your layout.
Flexibility. And what about this dedicated urban yard, using the AC ledge space? Is that like genuinely clever urban design for small spaces, or is it just clever marketing?
That really gets to the heart of the attainable strategy, I think. It's a trade-off. To get that lower starting price, certain things you might expect at standard, like, say, AC piping. Well, that's not included.
Wow.
So buyers need to budget quite a bit extra for fitting out, maybe 5 to 8% of the purchase price on top. It changes the real cost of entry, doesn't it?
Definitely. And connecting back to the location.
Yeah.
Yes, great road access on paper, but then there's the reality of Cheras traffic. So that MRT link isn't just convenient.
It's absolutely vital, yeah. For anyone relying on commuting daily, it's probably the deciding factor.
Let's talk lifestyle. Cheras itself, it's mature, right? It's got everything. You've got Cheras Central Mall nearby, UCSI University, Leisure Mall, and obviously the famous Taman Connaught Pasar Malam, that huge night market. Amenities are sorted.
They are, yeah. But then you circle back to the density. 1,334 units. That's a lot of people. And you look at the facilities, a 30-meter lap pool for that many residents. Arguably a bit small.
Okay, what else?
The lift situation, too. You're looking at around 130, maybe 135 units sharing each passenger lift. So peak hours, you might be waiting a while.
That's a practical point. And the immediate surroundings.
Well, yeah, that's something to consider, too. Sources mention a sewerage pond nearby and some, let's say, less pristine buildings right next door. It could affect the overall vibe of the place.
Right. So let's pull this all together. The bottom line for someone listening, maybe they're an investor, maybe they're looking for a home. What's the distilled takeaway?
Okay, for investors, rental demand looks strong. Students from UCSI, professionals who want that easy MRT commute, they'll be interested. But competition is fierce. You've got Majestic Maxim, Astor residents nearby, so expect maybe modest initial yields, 4 to 5% range.
Okay. And the freehold status.
That's a definite plus, a strong long-term advantage for capital appreciation, potentially.
And for homeowners, people thinking of living there.
If your lifestyle is built around the MRT, if you're aiming for a car-light life, then yeah, this could be a really good fit. It matches that routine. But a couple of pointers. Be super diligent during the defect liability period. That's the 24 months after you get the keys. Check everything.
Good advice.
And get the specifics of that MRT link bridge confirmed in writing before you sign the sale and purchase agreement. Oh, and crucially, don't forget to budget for those extra fit-out costs we mentioned. The AC piping, other essentials. Add that to your sums.
So, wrapping it all up, the Connaught One isn't really for someone seeking peace, quiet, low-density living. It's just not that kind of place.
No, definitely not.
But it seems like a strong contender for, individuals, maybe families, who really value that public transport connection above all else and want freehold in a place that's already packed with amenities.
Exactly. And I think it shows UEM Sunrise adapting, tapping into that attainable market segment with a very specific transit-focused solution.
Right. So here's a final thought for you to chew on. In today's cities, with traffic being such a massive headache, If a development comes along and basically solves that one huge problem for you, how much compromise are you willing to make on other things? Things like high density or maybe those upfront fit-out costs.
Yeah.
Just get that core convenience. Something to think about.